Mr. Barton.
Mr. Mayor, on the agenda it says that I have an update on council goals. That's a mistake. I do not, but I do have an update on where we are with alternative power providers. If it pleases you and the council, I'd be happy to go ahead and search report.
Go ahead, sir.
Okay. First, let me just talk about existing infrastructure. Overton Power District has installed all of the existing transmission and distribution infrastructure. Consequently, if anybody other than Overton Power District were to convey power over the existing system, they would have to enter into an agreement with OPD to distribute the power over their system, or they would have to acquire OPD's system through a legal process. Both of these options present significant financial considerations to any potentially new power provider. Per your request, Mr. Mayor, we did speak with the alternative power providers. We spoke first with Dixie Power. They're now known as, formerly known as Dixie Escalante. And what they told us is they couldn't get power to us for less than what we're paying right now. So therefore, we didn't see any value in going further with them. We also had some discussions with Valley Electric. However, we had not heard from them the last couple of months. We're not sure that there's really much interest there. We spoke with NV Energy, and they stated that they would be interested in providing power to the city if the city wanted to become its own utility. They're not interested in bringing power to Mesquite under the umbrella of NV Energy. We spoke with some folks with the Topa power plant. Essentially what they told us is that the power plant would have two 550 megawatt combined cycle generators. This power exceeds the city demand of 55 to 60 megawatts, which is peaks during the summer. And consequently, they felt that the city is not a strong enough customer to get the project going. But if the project signs a power purchase agreement with a larger customer, the city might be able to piggyback on their agreement. We also took a look at self-generation. That's an option as well. A site for the power plant would need to be agreed upon. Depending on the site selected, the city would have to install more infrastructure, for example, a natural gas pipeline or a rail spur for coal, in order to get the energy source to the proposed power plant. This in addition to purchasing the transmission and distribution systems. Hoover Dam, there's a bill working its way through the state legislature which would allow for an additional allocation of power for Hoover Dam. It has passed the state assembly and is currently in the state senate. The legislation would allow for multiple entities within the state, including the city of Mesquite, to apply for a portion of the power allocation. There is a possibility that the city's application might be improved. OPD would then need to be the purveyor because there's no other way of getting the power to Mesquite. The advantage to Hoover Power is less expensive and the price is fixed over a longer period of time. So our conclusion based on our discussions so far is that it appears that the best short-term course of action would be to try to work out our differences with Overton Power District. The other options provide a relatively large investment of initial capital and potentially costly litigation. That's all I have, Mr. Mayor, on that.
Thank you, Mr. Barton.
I do have one other thing on a different subject.
Certainly.
Okay. The next city manager coffee is scheduled for Thursday, May 30th, 8 a.m. at Scotty's Bar and Grill at 1024 Normandy Lane.
Thank you, Mr. Barton.
Thanks, Mr. Mayor.